The Wannabes, episode 6, season 2. My name is JD.
That's your boy Wassabi. What's up, everyone? What's up, JD?
I'm chilling, man. We just played, there's so much to talk about. We just played our first set of friendlies since you started on the box. 5 days of Melee just ended. LACS is going on tonight, so we're actually not going to be able to talk about that. We could do predictions. That could be fun.
Oh, yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah,
we should do that.
We'll do some predictions. And then I also entered a doubles tournament yesterday.
Oh, nice. That's high.
Yeah, there's a lot to go through, man. I'm feeling honestly super jazzed up about Melee, like more than I have in a very, very long time. This month has just been giving us so many different gifts, but we'll get into it. How have you been?
I've been good. I'm back home, as you can see with the background settings. I'm home for the holidays now. Upgraded my jacket game. I'm pretty happy about this jacket. But in all seriousness, I'm good. I'm just busy. This is the first time I get to play Slippy with the box because I got it in October, but I was in Massachusetts, so I didn't have net play, as you know. Mm-hmm. And so it's weird playing other people now and like having to think about like decision making and positioning, and before I was just pushing buttons in a certain sequence and rhythm. So I think it's been fun. It's just been way tougher than like I don't know if it's like than I expected, but like it just like feels like I'm like back in like my second year of Melee.
Sure.
Again.
Yeah. Well, we could just hop right into it because we did just come off a friendly session. We played maybe about 10 my Falco your Fox and then a best of 5 Fox Ditto. I'll give you my impressions of your Fox. So the one thing I thought of, you didn't get this reference, but I'm sure most gamer nerds, Nintendo nerds would get this impression. So it's the Sonic Adventure 1. The main bad guy is like the chaos blue goop thing. And it starts off as like a tadpole. It's like a baby, but it's as you add chaos emeralds to it, it turns into a god. And it always has that entity in it, but your Fox was almost playing like that mid-game 3 emerald boss battle where it has a few things that are like, oh shit, this thing's gonna get really scary, but then don't take this the wrong way, a few things that were like, okay, that's exploitable, like that's how you beat this boss, you know? So I'm sure over time it'll get to that 7 emerald level back to where you were and then some, because there are also some things that you unlocked. It seemed like you unlocked with the box, like you were doing more pivots. I noticed just like in between stocks you had some pivot action going on. Was that on purpose? Were you practicing those?
No, I was just practicing shield stops and stuff like that. Like I think I'm still getting used to like the shielding with the box, because like if we're looking at it, like I have to use my pinky right here. So like that is really, really tough. So I think my shield game is like still doing that a lot. I think that what's changed is like I still kept up with some analysis and thinking about game theory and like how I approach the game. So I think the mix-ups I played with the box, even if it didn't work out, were like way different from what I used to do beforehand, where I like kind of think usually I kind of like leave the space open and I play pretty passively, and then I kind of react when I need to. But I think there were some times where I like actively played a mix-up. And so I was pretty happy with that, actually.
Yeah. I know there were times where your combo game looked like it did not miss a beat. But on the neutral, it did not look familiar at all. Like your neutral game was very distinct from where it once was. It was super interesting to play against. And I think it's going to have to be a new habit that we get into. As long as you have net play going forward, that before we record, we're going to have to get a quick session in, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm so down. I'm super, super down. I'll have fiber in Cali also, so I'm looking forward to that.
I got some nice gig speed here too.
That's hype. Yeah, overall I think I'm pretty happy about it. I think it's just like there's some things where I'm like, how do I play this matchup again? Like, what do I do here? What do I do in these situations? Because I just haven't played a person in months. So I think that's the tough thing, along with like just like learning to DI. You hit me with a lot of F smashes and bears that I went flying
Right.
for.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, from where I'm standing, I'm trying to like empathize as much as possible. It seems that because you're still learning the controller itself, that you have to like take brain power from things that used to be second nature to you, to because you don't have that muscle memory yet. And then once you got into grooves, it was almost like the wheel started turning, and you were getting the quick reaction things, that because your reaction times and things you recognize, like that can't go away. You have that, but it's inputting that into your fingers, and that popped up a good amount of the times, but the times that it didn't, it was like, okay, that's the box that fucked them up there. It was pretty obvious.
Yeah, yeah. Have you heard of the? I totally agree with you there. I think what you're talking about. Have you heard Toph or any fighting game player talk about mental stack?
No.
Okay, so it's really, really interesting. It's a theory in fighting game where you have a set amount of things that you can kind of think of all at once, right? And it's called the mental stack. And the reason why fighting games are so interesting and the player versus player thing is so different, and you see, players, you see players like miss simple anti-airs, like you see them jump in and it's like, oh, that's a shine out of shield, or oh, that's an easy up tilt, and somehow that nair, like from like all the way over, still hits them, right?
Right.
It's because there's a mental stack. And what it means is like in the game while you're playing neutral, you're thinking of all the different possibilities and threats that your opponent can have. And what happens, a great example of that actually is HBox with the tomahawk grabs, right? Everyone's so afraid of the aerial pressure, the bear, the drill, the pound, and they're holding shield. And so HBox kind of floats in and gets this like free grab. And that's because everyone's mental stack is full. It's at full capacity. But when you don't have the muscle memory of the game, part of the mental stack is just trying to execute ideas, because it is in second nature.
Right.
And so what I feel when I'm playing right now is that my mental stack is like a lot less for like watching the game, because part of it is being diverted to just trying to execute on the box.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it must be pretty cool to know that your next few steps of improvement are just cutting away at that stack in terms of like execution and where your fingers can go. How much of your time are you dedicating to like understanding situations, macro game stuff, and mental game, as opposed to pure execution? Like, where's your priority on that?
Right now I think while I have Slippy, because like it was all execution without when I didn't have Slippy, and it really showed. I think like when I got the situations where I'm like, oh, okay, like I know the combo follow-ups here, like it, as you said, it like didn't miss too much of a beat, but they were like very specific situations, normally off of like a knockdown.
Yep.
Or like a grab. And because I grinded that out since October. But really what I'm going to be trying to do now is like playing a lot of unranked or with friends and trying to just like piece it together, because I think like there's going to be some, and then I'm going to use Uncle Punch to like kind of practice specific situations, but really it's about like tying it all together, so I can do like each thing one at a time, but it's really hard to kind of like put it all together. So I think I'm going to do just like a lot of unranked and like playing with friends and letting them go their secondaries like you did, and like kind of just like working on that, because I think I just have to like get my fingers used to like moving in sort of that fluid way where I think about an idea and I'm able to execute it on the screen.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm just not able to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's clear as day that it'll get there. Like, I think it would be way more obvious, and you would know if you weren't making progress, like it's cool to finally see it, because I had no idea where you were with the game. Like you can't know until you play someone when they make a drastic change, either character or controller. And From what I've seen, it's like, oh shit, the Will's coming back sooner than I thought. Like, I give you maybe another month or two before. Not. It's really hard to pinpoint when you're at the point you were before, because I don't think you'll ever be the same player you were on the controller. Like, that might be another topic of conversation. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Let's actually stop there. Like, do you think you'll ever be the same player you were?
I don't think so, honestly. I think I partially switched the box because I didn't have net play, but like it kind of is forcing me to. Well, it's just easier to just break down a lot of the habits I did have with the GameCube controller, and so like I think it feels so much more purposeful where I can like play it and I know my inputs and like I'm like, oh, okay, like that I caused like. Because I'm still remapping all my muscle memory, so I don't have... It's not that I don't have bad habits. Like, I was playing a Falco before you who kept on lasering. I kept on, like, jumping and doing, like, side B and not mixing my recovery and stuff like that. But I'm, like, way more conscious of it now because each decision, each action I have to do in the game, I have to, like, still think about it. And, right, that's, like, going back to the concept of the mental stack. And so... I think it makes it easier, I think, for me to like break up certain habits. Like when we were playing and I took that one game from you on Pokemon in the Ditto, like there were concepts that I was like watching and in Massachusetts over the last few months where, you know, like based on the positioning, based on like how I'm fading in or fading out with my aerials and neutral, like normally I think I would like just like default to dash dancing back and kind of giving space and letting you kind of take the space to go in, but there were some times where I challenged your spacing, either if I was in the corner to get out or in reverse to keep the pressure in the corner. And I don't think it worked too well because like I just like missed hitting you, or like I hit you and then I didn't get anything, no follow-up afterwards. But I don't think it was just easier to like play differently on the box because I still have to remap my muscle memory.
Yeah, you definitely looked like a different player. Obviously we might have played like 2 Falco Fox games on the controller, but you'd always whoop me into playing Fox. So I have no base to look back on there. But in the Ditto, at least, right, it was very interesting. Again, like your combo game didn't really need to change. Like combo game isn't really about habits as much as it is like, at least for you, it's like hitting the flow charts.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much all of discussion about neutral, and your recoveries were super different. Well, we'll talk about that too, because
that's tough.
Yeah.
I think I'm still getting used to the angles.
Yeah. But in neutral, yeah, you didn't seem like the same player at all, and that's probably the most promising thing because you can kind of relearn through the box, and you're probably subconsciously gonna like do the things that you're a little more comfortable with, and you know maybe if you, I don't know, it could go in a million different directions, but you're definitely going to be different. But then you could piece together what you were good at before and kind of like create this modge podge of a Fox that's like, okay, it's more evolved than it is a completely different thing. But seeing the early stages, at least from my perspective, was really exciting. And I was tight when I lost that first game. Oof.
I didn't think it was gonna happen. I didn't have any like expectations for it to happen, but I was like, oh shit, like
you were hitting the combos.
I was hitting the combos.
It's like, oh shit. All right. But yeah, any other thoughts at this stage? Like what's your like day after today priority? Just to play more people?
Yeah, just to play more people, kind of get the flow. I'm still not happy where I'm at. I think it's still frustrating. Like I got whooped by this Falco and he kept on just like laser and an approaching laser, and I didn't know how to lock him up in the laser game, and I think it's half like just like getting into the flow, but like I've also forgotten a lot of how I played the matchup, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think I'm like making active decisions in the matchup now, but I need to like be better at it. Like I played him and I watched like a quick KJH how to deal with Falco laser tutorial, and then I was playing you, and I was like, I had to like purposely be like, okay, take laser, all right, run up nair, take laser, dash back, take laser, jump, don't shield the laser, like, and so like I think I'm still really rusty on matchups, especially ones that kind of throw you off a lot. With which Falco, I think, is going to be like the bane of my existence. I'm expecting Falco and Marth to be like some of my worst matchup for the longest time, I think.
That makes sense. All right, word. Well, we'll make this a recurring segment. How did the friendlies go? I'm definitely, putting a fire under my own butt right now. Like, oh shit, yeah. I gotta keep ahead.
Your Fox was moving though.
It was looking pretty good. I've been playing this week with some almost exclusively good players or people around my level. There's an upstate group chat I've been playing with. Group chat, is that a word? Yeah, it is. With a like J-Mook I've been playing against. I played a little bit with Bills, Jason from Oneonta, and my boy Psycho. We've been playing the Fox Falco matchup.
That's hype.
So it's been a good week there. And then yesterday I entered the doubles tournament with Chess.
Nice. How did that go?
We got second place. We did well.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, we lost to Mateo and Slug. They took first. But
would Falcon Ices or Falcon Fox?
Fox. They played double Fox.
Interesting.
And we were the only ones to take a game off them, which was a point. Well, we wanted to win, obviously, but I think because we haven't played doubles in so long, it was just so refreshing to be able to like, because obviously we have a long history of being like, we were a static team.
Yeah.
And so he hit me up. He told me about it. I was super excited, and we carved out some time. And with the new doubles patch that's out, or the unofficial release, whatever you want to call it, it was a good time. Like there were some clean doubles games. Like doubles is here, and it was so fun, dude. It was so fun. Chess has been grinding. He's like on the grind again, which is always good. Like he's been someone who's always me and him have more of a rivalry than like I feel with you. With you, it's like it's definitely a rivalry, but it's obviously different. Like Chess is like me and him have always been fucking at each other's necks trying to get up.
Yeah.
So when he's grinding a lot, that I feel the need to grind more. So, but playing with him, he was playing on his game, and we took some good wins. Do you want to see our bracket? You want me to tell you the bracket?
Yeah. What's the bracket like?
So the one I do know, we beat Fable Swooper, but they played one game of Ness and Ness Chic.
Oh wow, what a true combo that is.
Oh,
one of the best teams.
We're like, all right, bro, whatever. So we beat Bezim and Poppy.
Nice.
That was in losers finals. We beat Holiday and Small Hands Brian. That was a game.
Oh wow, that is a tough one.
That was a game 5.
Yeah.
They had some good synergy. Mario was actually not bad in teams. I really see him being like kind of an improvement just because his utility with the fireballs and the cape. And he's kind of tougher to combo.
It's kind of like, yeah.
Like Mario's
like
a character
having a floaty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a floaty that can kind of pressure a lot faster. Kind of like a Peach that has a nerfed punish, but
better neutral.
Better neutral and utility, yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, Mario was really cool in that. And then we played Fable Swooper, and before that was Dawson and Soap. That was a fun game too. And then game 1. All right, hold on. First off, the game before that, I'm not going to drop names, but so funny. Okay, so
did you like 8 stock though?
No, this is what happened. So we enter the chat right on Smash GG. We're like, hey, and the first thing they say, one person, the first thing he says is, "We're DQing," and I go, "Oh," and Alex goes, "Why?" We both do frowny faces. He goes, my friend SD's when we were still in the game. Talking about his teammate. The other guy comes in and says hi to Alex. And then he says, let's play. The first guy says, I'm good. And he says, just drop quitting. I don't want a quitter. So these guys in the chat start fighting with each other. Because the one guy like quit out or SD'd when they were down one of the games. And he's like, you marked the match, like I'm not on this team also. They just and
wow.
Me and Alex are on Discord like, dude, what the hell is happening? So Alex comes in. We're on Discord with Jeremy. We're with Jeremy and Emil. And we're telling them about it because it's hilarious. And Jeremy's like, yo, can I just like come in and be on his team? And we're like, I guess we could try. So we call a mod. We ask if Jeremy could add. So Jeremy hops on the guy's team and plays the set out with them.
That's hilarious.
Oh god, and they did pretty well. I mean, I think they brought us to last stock both games. Like this is with the other guy's Aura. I don't know if you've heard of Aura.
No, I haven't.
But yeah, he was damn good. Fox Chic but his main is Falco. So we're like, yo, good shit. But there's so much drama for a free tournament. It's like ridiculous. So that was last night, and we DQ'd the first round because apparently for me my CPU was lagging.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through a bunch of different steps, ultimately downloading Diet Melee, which I've been playing on it since. Diet Melee is, you know about it, but for those who don't, it's like a super trimmed down version of the game, like no backgrounds. The character models have like less polygons. The platforms look the same and the floor looks the same and the game plays the same, but it's a very unique situation. That's it. That was my day yesterday. Kind of threw a lot at you, but feels nice to be able to go through a bracket again.
Yeah. No, that's high. I can't wait to start entering as well. I think it's good. You gotta just rip the Band-Aid for that one.
Yeah. I mean,
people are coming out of the woodwork with the box also.
Did you see that Alston Melee tweet?
Yeah. HT, Tyler Swift, Zuppy, Hacks.
Yeah, 4 people in top 8 with boxes.
Yeah, that's hype.
So
and then Pipsqueak won the EU Open.
Is he a box player?
Yeah, Pipsqueak's a box player.
Oh my god, yeah.
He didn't drop a single game.
It's not even that like rare anymore, you know?
No, I think it's a lot of people I know bought the box, but I don't know if like they're actually gonna switch, you know? Like I know Zamu bought the box and Calvar, but I don't know if they're gonna switch.
Yeah, I saw like Mike Hayes was tweeting about it. Get a War Machine.
I think he's actually gonna do it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I mean, he's been putting out like YouTube videos and stuff, but apparently he had like a lot of bad hand pain, so I think he's gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, having it be so normalized is definitely going to be like the most interesting long-term implications because of the hand pain thing. Like, I think we've talked about this a good amount, but like, how important is it going to be? How necessary is that going to be for us to keep playing in 5 years or for older players? Like, and I think what's going to be really curious is what's the highest ranked player that's going to switch? Like, is someone like Plup going to switch, you know, like a top 10 player?
Outside of Hacks, you mean?
Hacks?
Because he's top 10.
Yeah, but Hacks literally had to.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. And you know what I mean? Like that, I think that's definitely true, but is there going to be someone who does it? I guess yeah, you're right. Hex did do it. Who's going to be the next person to do it and why? Is it going to be out of necessity or they're going to say, oh, this is like preemptive. Before I start having bad hand pains, let me switch.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
My money's on. I'm there for the Pipsqueak Zuppy rise to fame.
Pipsqueak's gonna
Zuppy beat Eddie Mexico yesterday.
That's a good win. I mean, Zuppy's insane. Zuppy's already
insane. He top 100 easy.
I was thinking like top 50 even, but it's hard to know nowadays.
It's hard to say. I mean, what I'm saying is he's like leveled up his game and deserves recognition.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But yeah, bottom line, you got to get in there. You got to jump into the deep end with all the sharks.
It's hard though. It hurts your ego. Especially when you get lasered by Falco. I think that's the most challenging thing.
I'm debating how much I want to dive into the concept of ego. Maybe that'll be our rant.
Is it a bait? Maybe
might be a bait. But anyway, let's take a quick break. Let some an old 1v1 run, and then we'll get right back to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be this episode.
That's not helpful.
I know. All right, just run it.
Run it. And now a clip from our 1v1 with Panos.
Also, what instrument? You play sax, right?
Yeah, I play saxophone.
All right, cool.
I've played alto saxophone for 15 years now.
Yeah,
Something like that. I've been playing it for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And especially like jazz improvisation and how everything relates to each other is very Melee-esque. So I'll kind of I'll draw the comparisons where I can, right? So it's like a bunch of, you have like scales in music, right? And you can play these scales over certain chord changes. And you have like these scales are like building blocks basically to larger sentences. That's kind of like what tech skill is to like playing neutral, right? Like, if you can't hit your L cancels consistently, like you can't expect to play neutral. And it's kind of the same way in jazz improvisation. Like if you don't know your scales well and like where they apply, then you can't play a solo at all. And like the skill set also of having to improvise and adapt to audiovisual information that somebody else is giving to you is like, that's jazz improvisation in a nutshell, right? Like when you're listening to what the keyboard player is giving you in terms of harmony and stuff like that, you have to respond to the auditory cues and think of a solution basically to the information that's being given to you. That's Melee, right? Like you look at the screen, your opponent's feeding you information. It's up to you then in the moment to decide and be like, okay, this is what he likes to go for. This is the solution that I'm crafting around it. So I kind of think of Melee as a bunch of little problems that you can solve, right? And music as well. It's like, okay, I'm in this situation, like, what can I do about it? I'm in this situation, what can I do about it? I did this, he countered it with that, what counters that?
We're back. And we got some stuff on our minds. Will, I'll give you the option. Would you like to kick or receive?
I'll kick this one.
All right, let's see it. What do you got for me?
Dude, yeah. So I think like for the mini monologue, I think like, dude, 5 days of Melee was so sick. And I think I came in, right, we talked about it last episode where I came in kind of very differently from it just because I've been so crazy busy with work, right? So I wasn't really involved and I was like, okay, whatever happens. And two crazy things happened to me with 5 days of Melee. So first is that during the intermission, thank you to our boy Ventus and Walt, the creative director. Shout out to them and the rest of the 5 days of Melee team. But my Street Fighter video that I made over the summer aired. And it was so surreal. One, also special shout outs to Firepuff12, who was like the only person who told me about it. Because I had no clue. I had zero clue. Ventus didn't confirm with me. Walt didn't confirm with me. I mean, I gave permission way ahead of time. But like Firepuff12 was like, dude, your video's on. And I'm like, what? And I went back to the VODs to find it. And I rewatched it. And it was just so crazy knowing that like something in the teens, like 12,000 people, 13,000 people were like watching this video like during the intermission, because I think it was right before the Good Morning Melee show. Wow. And it was, or at least a few thousand, but there was a good amount, and it was so crazy looking at the comments and like both seeing friends react to like, oh, this is Wasabi, oh, it's Will, let's go, and like other people being like, what is this? Like, this isn't Melee. Why are we looking at Street Fighter? Why are the videos in 160p? You know, and then other people be like, oh, this is really useful. And I don't think I've really ever really experienced someone really enjoying, like, that many people really enjoying something I created. So I think, like, for me as a creator, that was really, really cool to watch. So I think I really enjoyed that, and that was so surreal. So I get why you want to create now, JD. I get it now.
You understand.
I get it a little bit more. I think I get it a little bit more. Yeah.
Is that topping it off? Is that the?
Well, that's the first half. That's the first half. The second part is I donated to the cause, and I ended up winning the CLG like training day thing, which was so crazy. Like, I was not expecting that. I was playing Among Us with Walt, and he's like, oh, congrats, I think you won this. And again, I was like, what? And it happened. Both of those things happened on the same day. I have no idea what VOD I'm gonna show them because my Fox sucks right now with the box. But I'm so excited to talk about like mentality and performance and mindset and kind of all of that moving forward. So I think, yeah, crazy that I won it, I think.
Well, maybe you could crowdsource some questions if you need some time to fill, but super jealous about the CLG thing. I mean, it might be one of the best times for you. It's like you're still impressionable again with the box, like we talked about. And the creation thing, I mean, that's my whole spiel too. So whenever you're ready to hand it off, I'm going to launch into the same topic, to be honest. But
yeah. Go for it. Just yeah, go for it.
Word. Well, yeah, the 5 days of Melee, it deserves 2 mini monologues. Let's say that. It was honestly so amazing to just be able to witness it all come together. I mean, we somehow got invited to the Discord early on, and we saw like the people flow in. We saw the communication, what they had to do. I was just engrossed by going through all the different channels and seeing how they were progressing over time, and the different things that were prioritized and the cuts that were made and the decisions in real time. It was so fascinating. So one thing that inspired me to do is to get into TOing, which we'll talk about next week because something might be brewing there. But in terms of the content, I really wanted to get something on, right? So I spoke about this last episode, the songs that I was making with my friends, and I told them it was for charity, and I got my good friend George and Maddie, who's a classically trained singer, we all put together this 12 Days of Melee parody, and it got on. And at first I thought it was going to get cut because, again, it's intermission. It wasn't the priority. So the first day it was supposed to go on, it got skipped, and I was like getting really nervous. I'm like, oh, we put all this time in. Like, I don't want to disappoint my friends. I also want to, I know this is good. I want to get this in front of people. I want to contribute to this. And then Friday came, and they said it was going to be at around 6 o'clock, and 6 rolls around, 6:10, 6:20, and then the next segment comes on, and I'm like, it's done, right? And I'm on the couch, super depressed. I'm like tweeting it out. I'm like, here's my video. I thought it was going to get on the broadcast. It didn't. Hope you guys like it. And in the comments, they're like, I'm pretty sure I've seen this before. Like, they played it. Like, wait, are you sure? Because I'll delete this tweet. Like, they played it? They're like, yeah, bro. Like, they played it, like, today. I'm like, oh, my God. So I go back into the broadcast, and sure enough, they played it, like, 1:30 or something, like, early on in the day. And I was able to, like, see it. And it's so much different getting a comment on like a YouTube video that's like, oh, this is good, or like on Reddit. But to see it in real time in Twitch chat, again, to thousands of people, was the best feeling. You know, I was like taking screenshots. I was sending them to George and Maddie. Like, look, Maddie, they love you. Like, this is, they're complimenting the hell out of you. Like, it made them feel good. And it was just such like a swing of like feeling super emo about it to top of my game. Oh, I could do this. This feels really good. What's the next thing? And getting that shot of inspiration, right? What's bizarre is that I tried tweeting it and putting it on Reddit, and it's at like 150 views, right? So
damn,
without that exposure, it would probably be around the same amount of views, but I would be like super disappointed. Like I couldn't even crack 500. Like, you know, it would have been considered a flop. But it really made me think about how these things need to work. It's not just about the creation of it, and it's not just about getting in front of people. It's about like creating the brand that people trust what you're posting. Like they trust that if you put a video out, they want to check it out. They want to at least give it a shot. And it's somewhat frustrating that I still need to work towards that. It makes a lot of sense why I don't have that brand yet and that understanding. But it really clears a lot of things up that like, and a lot of important things, that it's not about the quality of what I'm doing. I gained a lot of confidence in my ability to like create a project and to have a vision and to, you know, finish it and to have it be done. And I think that's enough for me to sustain on right now. Plus George, who's the guy who like, without him, I can't make any songs. You know, he's the musical mastermind behind this. He's on board to do more. So I have another song already made. I'm going to try to get a video out by Christmas. And it's cool. I want to lean into this kind of side and all right, I guess I'm filling that niche. I guess I'm doing a podcast where we're talking about our feelings and our own journey, and I'm doing Melee parody songs. That's me now.
It's a good start. That's a good start, though.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy both of them. So, I mean, what else can you really want? But getting it on the broadcast felt fucking amazing. It was the best. Whew. So we can't even call those rants. We were both like just in the.
Well, that's why I switched. I said mini monologues.
Yeah, rants imply a frustration or an anger.
Yeah,
I guess we don't really have that.
No, not right now. I think it's been good vibes though. Recently, it's been a sick week.
Yeah,
I get to play Slippy again. I get to play other people, dude. I haven't done that in months. Don't burn out. Don't OD on that. I stayed up till 3 a.m. last night. It's too late.
I guess you can't. I guess it's impossible for you to burn out.
No, I mean, I'll have work. I still am working this week and the next week for 3 days each.
Gotcha.
So I'll probably still be pretty busy doing my like usual 10 to 11 hour workday week thing.
Gotcha. Well, I'm getting a dog tomorrow.
Ooh, that's hype.
It's going to be so cute. I'm going to farm that dog for internet clout. You have no idea. I'm going to be posting mostly for like, so I can keep the pictures, just a way to post pictures and like have them. But you're going to be seeing a lot of cute ass dog pictures, dude. It's like,
that's hype.
It's so small. Oh my God.
Speaking about shout outs, I actually have one for this week.
Were we speaking about shout outs?
What?
Wait,
I said, sorry, wow. I've totally fucked up that segue.
Speaking of shouts.
Speaking about content, I have a shout out, and I know we haven't done one in a while. That's what I was supposed to say.
I know what you're going to say, but go for it.
Dude, it has to be Turn Down for Walt.
Yep.
It has to be our boy Walt. He absolutely killed the Axe documentary, man.
Oh, I forgot about that. Holy shit. Yeah, the Axe doc, I watched the whole thing. It was amazing.
Dude, I cried, dude. It was so good.
I didn't quite cry. Sorry, Walt.
Dude, Haikyuu hits me. Haikyuu hits me differently.
It was well, he posted on a good week because Haikyuu wrapped up the season, which was amazing also. But damn, Walt is on a come up like I've never seen, and it's so funny because he's deserved it for so long, and it's one of those things. It's like one domino falls, and then there's like then another one, and then it goes into like 10 dominoes at the same time. You know what I mean? It's when it cascades into a wider range, and Walt is finally recognized throughout the entire community now. Like I don't know many people who won't recognize him, which it's like about damn time. Like he's been making great stuff, and now he proves that it could be long form, it can be behind the scenes work and like networking and as like a creative director. But I still need to play him in Melee before I can respect him. That's the tough part.
He's sick. His Mario's sick. Yeah, dude, I agree. I mean, he's just so versatile. I want Walt to narrate the next Smash Doc. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's time for a new narrator, it should be Walt.
He's got a good voice for it.
He has a great voice for narration, but he absolutely killed it this week, like on all fronts, as he said. But that documentary, yeah, watch View from the Summit by Turn Down for Walt if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
but yeah, shout outs to Walt. And he has a 1v1 with us, so check that out. Do us a favor, do Walt a favor, and check out that 1v1.
Yeah, now we get to I mean, we've been on a pretty good streak of people exploding in some way, and we're like, we got that interview before they blew up, bro. we knew.
Dude, it's like what's that really cringy rom-com movie where whoever this guy dates, when they break up, they get the girl gets married afterwards?
What?
I don't know. There's some really bad, cringy early 2000s rom-com.
You love that movie, don't you? You love it so much. You're pretending.
I don't. I actually don't know it. I don't know it. It's real cringe.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't know either. Anyway.
But
my dog is barking.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Well, with the shout out being done, I think we're coming up on the end. I have the biggest Melee boner ever after this week. I am looking forward to the next year. I think if we can squeeze in an episode, I mean, holidays are super cut down nowadays, so
I mean, I'm down. I'll be home. We should record.
Yeah, we could do like an end of year kind of New Year's resolution type thing. But I think that covers most of what we wanted to talk about. I'm feeling good, man. It's a good time to be a Melee fan.
Yeah, I agree. We're heading into the top 8 for the Ludwig charity tournament, which is going to be hype.
When is that starting?
6. We got 45 minutes.
Sick.
So that's why we're ending this podcast.
Yeah, we're
releasing this after that.
We have to wash our hands before that because it's going to be dirty.
Yeah.
Well, all right, man.
Joke, but we like it.
Oh, it's going to be great. All right, dude. We'll catch you later.
Yeah, dude. I'll talk to you later. This was super fun. We got play more too. We got that B-roll now. We got that. Just put the games that I win, which is 2. I kept count.
Just 2 of them.
It's just 2. One for each character.
I kept count too. You're gonna see Diet Melee. Just letting you know that it's gonna be clickbait. They're gonna be what is that? And then they're gonna watch all of it. Just you see.
Yeah. Show me what Diet Melee looks like.
You're gonna hate it.
Yeah, I know. Dude, can we just admit how sick this Fox sticker placement for the box is?
Over the heart?
Over the start button.
Yeah, but I mean the start button's on its heart.
No, it's just it's centered. And there's no anime sticker on it. It's just a fox. It's tasteful, okay?
You should slowly.
You ruined it.
Every time you like take a set over someone in bracket, you need to add another weeb sticker to it.
No, it's gonna stay weeb free.
Okay,
right now it will stay weeb free.
Let's not end the episode on a lie. It's Christmas. All right, I'll catch you later.
All right, man. See you later.